You know, I got a lovely relationship with Chicago. You know, my man Rono has been looking out for me for eons, and I looked out for him when I worked at Def Jam. So anyway, so me and Rono from 24/7 HH go back to like 90, 91 when he was on EFT, WEFT, WNUR, Jello, Rono, whatever name he had, you know, his crew, they were killing it for the Chicago area. So, you know, now that I'm a filmmaker and I've been coming back to Chicago, you know, the 24/7 HH has been super supportive. My first film, Doing the Park, Pick Up Basketball NYC, premiered here. And, you know, Rono and his crew, like, basically were the manufacturers of the crowd. You know, Nike sponsored the event, but it was the 24/7 HH made sure that it was curated seat by seat with the right hip hop heads, with the right basketball heads and all that. So I was super appreciative. So of course, when my second film dropped, Stretching Bobbito, Radio That Changed Lives, I reached out to Rono again to be like, yo, like, can we rock? And he got Red Bull involved, and we got Leaders shop. We did a nice little t-shirt collab. Me and Stretch were doing a Q&A, and then, you know, surprise, surprise, I look up and it's my dude, Break Me Lou, you know, in a little like loft area DJing the after party. It was just a lovely event. So of course, you know, my third film comes along, Rock Rubber 45s, and I was just like, yo, like, what can we do? Like, we could do 50 people in your office, or we could do like, you know, like grand, you know, grand audience, whatever. So, you know, my third film is in development, Rock Rubber 45s, autobiographical documentary of my life, my career, my setbacks. And so, you know, I hit up Rono. I was like, yo, let's collab one more time. So he put me in direct connect with Corey from Leaders, and boom, that's how this happened. You know, bang bang, bang bang, hey! And very grateful. And tonight is the Chicago premiere at the Harper Theater, part of the Silver Room Block Party Film Fest, and I'm honored to be in one of my favorite cities in the world, and Chicago rocks, yo, word up. One of the jewels that I put in Rock Rubber 45s, and it's not just in the film, but it's also something that I've shared in speaking engagements at Rikers Island, community centers, high schools. I've spoken at Brown, Wesleyan University, Columbia University. I mean, I've been doing speaking engagements for like 25, almost 30 years now. And I have no fear of failure. Now, that didn't happen when I was a kid. It took a long time to get my esteem and my confidence, probably like mid-20s, early 30s. But not having a fear of failure has allowed me to propel myself as a freelance creative, because I walk in territories that are uncharted. And you watch my film, you're gonna see me being the progenitor of sneaker documentation and sneaker journalism. I didn't have any precedent, you know? So I could very well have gone out and done certain things. I mean, I did fall on my face. I lost $60,000 having the first sneaker boutique in New York, you know? And then in 2000, A-Life opened up and North opened up and eventually Respace, and they took the sneaker boutique to another level. That could have been me. I opened up my store in 96, but I was just too early. I was ahead of the curve. But if I had fear of losing money or fear of the business closing down, I wouldn't even had that chance. So that was one knock. But I've had other things that have done very well, like my films, you know? So I'm happy for that. The name of my store was Bobbito's Footwork. It opened up in 1996 on 9th Street in the space that Fat Beats had vacated. Fat Beats was a famous hip hop record shop. So what I did is I started selling sneakers, which I'll call dead stock now. Like, I had a supply in Miami that had like all these shoes from the 80s that, you know, odd sizes and, you know, discontinued models and whatnot. And but then I also had Ken Sport, who was a famous collector, Benny B, who eventually wound up started ABB Records, and Juju for the Beat Nuts. Those were my 3 secondhand record suppliers. And I sold secondhand records, and I sold independent 12-inch releases, and I had connects with Ujima, Elements of Style, 555 Soul, Hayes. I was like a one-stop shop for independent hip hop entrepreneurialism. Is that the word?